Good day. In this video I'll be showing you some of the string functions and array functions that you can use in PHP. So first let's create a new PHP file and call it functions test. Okay, so first we have the ucwords function. So to use this function, use ucwords and then open and close parentheses, and then inside it is the argument. This function accepts only a single argument, which is the string that you want to work with. So let's say hello world. Yo. Let's try to run this. So let's say host pharma demos online tech, and then functions test. So as you can see, all it did was capitalize each word in this string. Next, we have these two functions, which is pretty self-explanatory because it says strtoupper, which just converts all the string into capital letter. And then strtolower converts it to lower characters. Next, we have the substring function. So you can use this function to extract a specific word from a string. So for example, we want to extract the birthday string. So we say echo and then substr, then the first argument is the string that you want to work with, so string. The second is the index where we will start. So strings are also zero index, so start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's start with 6 so that it will extract the B character. And then how many characters you want to get. So this is already considered as one count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Let's check. Okay, it works. Next, we have the Implode function. So this Implode function accepts a delimiter as its first argument and the string that you want to work with. So This explode function is mainly used for converting a string into an array of items. So for example, if you have this list, the delimiter would be the commas. So you place in comma in here, and then this string. Then the result would be the array representation of this string. So in PHP you use the print _r function to print out the contents of an array. Okay. So as you can see, each letter in here has been extracted into their own items. So if you add another one here, dog, cat, camel, raccoon, so they've been added to this array as well. So what this explode function does is simply divide this. So every time it sees this character, it considered what's next as the array item. So if we change this to something else, it just considered this one whole string as a single item. But if you place this character, okay, so now this raccoon is another item. If you place it here, it will consider this one as a single item, and from here to here is another, and then the raccoon is the third one. Okay, next, implode. So implode is the opposite of explode. This time it takes a glue as its first argument and the pieces as the second. So the pieces is just an array. So we supply it as the second argument, and then the glue is the string that you want to use to convert these items into a string. So we want to use a slash. Then this implode function returns the string. Oh, str3. So here's the output. So what it does is basically just use this character here to merge these items together. So if you have another one here, it just adds it to the end of the string. Next is HTML entities. So this is used if you want to output HTML code. So as you can see here, if we use HTML code inside strings, it's actually being rendered. So now this string is in bold characters. If you check the source code, it uses this strong tag. So if you want to output this specific code instead, you use the htmlentities, and then it will accept the string that you want to work with. So now it outputs the code instead. But if you check the source code, you will see that it has converted this character here into its equivalent HTML entity. So the equivalent of the lesser than sign is NLT and then semicolon. This greater than sign here is NGT semicolon. Next, strpos. So like the other functions that we've used above, this also accepts a string. And the needle is the word that you want to find. So let's say you want to find big. So the output is 4 because strings are also 0 indexed. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say jumps 18. 0, 1, 2, 3. If you remove the J, it just adds 1. Strlen, simply outputs the length of this string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. str. So this takes the string that you want to work with and the word that you want to find in the string. So it returns hello world because this string here is here. So anything that follows is returned as well. So you can actually use this to check whether a specific word is within a string. So we say is not equal to false. Yep, it's in there. Okay. So if we use another word that is not in, that cannot be found in this string, we get nothing. Next, array functions. So first we have the array push. So let's just work on this array, then use array push to add another item. Nox mental candy. Then let's try to print this array. So what this function does is simply add another item to this array. So it takes the array that you want to work with as the first argument and the item that you want to add as the second. Next, array pop. What this does is simply remove the last item in the array. Okay, so now the fourth item has been removed. Array flip. Okay. Doesn't seem to work because we haven't assigned it to a variable. Array flip. Okay, so this is the output. As you can see, it just flip the key and the values. So from the previous array we have the 0, 1, 2 as the keys, and then dog, cat, mole as the values. So it just flips the two. So the key becomes the value and the value becomes the key. Array unique. So as the name suggests, this function takes out the duplicates. So for example, if you have another dog here, another cat, then another mole, okay, so now the output should be dog, cat, mole, yo. Then since this already exists, skips that. It also skips this as well, and then resumes here. Then that's the end. One thing to note is that this function so says 0, 1, 2, 3, then it becomes 6 because the original array has that. So if you want it to resume to 4 and then 5, you have to use the array values. Okay, so now the index are fixed. Next is the array merge. So let's try to merge these arrays. Okay. So as you can see, it just merges the arrays that we have specified as the arguments. So this can take as many arrays as you can. Next is array slice. So this takes up the array as the argument. So let's say, and then the second argument is the offset. So the offset is the index where we want to start. So for example, we only want to extract here to here. So we say 1, and then from there we get 2. Then assign it to a variable, then print it out. Okay, so now we got only voltage 5 and Mazinger Z. So it's just like the substring function. So this one is the index where we will start, and the second one is what is the count of items that we want to get. So for example, you want to get until here and start here, so we'll say 1, and then this is included in the item count, so 1 2 3. Okay, so my battery is already almost dead, so I leave these functions for your research. That's it.